What's up, YouTube? Curtain6693 here to bring you gaming and anime news. As well as anything that I find interesting. Today, I just wanted to talk about a couple of news that's been released. Finally, there is some good news about the Xbox One. Can you believe it? Good news about the Xbox One. Okay, so first off, the first good news about the Xbox One is the Xbox One apparently has increased its clock speed, or it's increased its clock speed from like 1.6 to like 1.75. Now I'm not a tech expert, but I do understand that when they increase the clock speed, that means so it can run better, run smoother, 180p, all that stuff. So as far as like how the game will run, it'll run smooth, it'll run better, look better, do all this type of stuff. So for you casual gamers, that's pretty what basically is bad. It'll the system is upgrading. The second big news is that Xbox 360 will be supported until the year 2016, which is good news. Um, which is good news, which means we have the rest of this year, all of next year, the year after that, and then 16 will be the last year, and it'll drop off then. That's plenty of time, for somebody to and I know not all of us are rich, but I think at least that's a considerable amount of time, like 2 or 3 years, for people to get the next gen console. Um, I do think that is a good amount of time, and I'm glad that they keep supporting us. And honestly, I would love to see at least one or two more dashboard updates. Like I would love to get a different dashboard, and not saying that the one right now is bad. By all means, no, it's fine. But I would love to see something new. I would love to see like the iOS is getting an update for Apple in a few days. I would love to see a new a new thing for Xbox. I really would. I would love to see bring in some more demos. We haven't got any demos. Um, what else? Just bring in some more stuff. Like when you update it, like just give us new layout, new feel. Please make some free themes. One thing I really don't like about consoles is paying for themes. I think paying for themes in gamer pictures is the dumbest thing you can ever do. Which I know this is kind of going off topic, but even still, this is just something that I've been thinking about for a long time. Is paying for the topic of paying for themes and pictures. I think that's retarded, right? Because I change my gamer pictures like every day, so like why would I pay money for it only to change it, the next day over? So but yeah, there's finally some good news coming from Xbox, and then also they say that if you buy an Xbox game on 360 and then you trade it in for its Xbox One counterpart, you're able to get like $40 in store credit, which means you just made that. I mean that's pretty good. Which means you only got to pay like $10 or $20, or and apparently you get like a $10 coupon as well. So you really only have to pay like $10 potentially if you want to. If you want to get the Xbox One version, and that's a pretty good deal. I think so. I think that's pretty good. Um, what else? What else is there? Um, but yeah, just in general, just finally some good news coming from Xbox. And I know there's been a lot of controversies, saying the Xbox One was rushed. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it was rushed, but I do think that it's pulled some shit out of his ass the last couple months. But I will say though that all this good news is fine, and after all these policies have been changed, I will say that I'm actually glad that I will say the Xbox One doesn't suck anymore. I do think that Microsoft is still out for money. Don't get me wrong. I will stand by that. But I will say that the Xbox One itself does not suck anymore, and that's good. And it didn't suck. I mean, when I said I could, when I'm kind of speaking with with everybody else on this one, but and that's my mistake. But I don't mean it sucked, but I would just say it's gotten better. It's finally at a point where I can like, okay, I can actually get that console. Um, and I'm still getting my PS4 first. I'm sorry, I'm still getting that first. But I will eventually get an Xbox One sometime in the future. Um, but yeah, I mean that's great, Microsoft. That's great, And I guarantee you something else is gonna happen to where they fuck up again, and they something else is gonna happen. But we'll see. But we'll definitely see. Um, so yeah, I mean, so yeah, it seems like finally some good news from Microsoft, and that's great. It's great. It's great. And in other news, we have GTA 5. Apparently there's some controversy because they hired some gangsters to play like voice actors, and now they're saying that there's just controversy around it. People are talking about it. Me personally, I think it's badass. Why? Because their reasoning was perfect. They said because they don't want to have some expert voice actor coming in there and trying to say lines to trying to imitate a gangster person when that's not what they would really say. Trying to imitate a thug. And I agree. Hire somebody who really knows the business. Hire a real life gangster or somebody who used to be in the gang years ago or something like that. That's smart because they could look at the script like he said, they can say, "Oh, we would never say this shit. It sounds cheesy." We would say, "Fuck that bitch," or yeah, or something like, "Get that hoe." Um, I'm not. I don't know. My imitation is bad, but I'm just saying, they could look at it, and it offers a more realistic experience. True, it's kind of out there, but it offers a more. Think about how great the dialogue is gonna be. Think about how great and how realistic it's gonna feel. And I know there are some people out there, who say, are we overhyping GTA 5 and all this stuff? Will it be perfect game? No, the game is not going to be perfect. It is not going to be perfect. And I am speaking for you. I am somebody who loves GTA. No game is perfect. None. I don't care how good a game may seem to be. No game is perfect. Every game will have its flaw. Even the greatest games have their flaws. I love Arkham City to death, but it has its flaws. Minor stuff, but it's not 100% straight to the mark perfect. No game is like that. I love Bioshock Infinite, but that game is not perfect. It is not 100% straight to the mark perfect. No game is perfect, so we can get that out of our minds. But do I think it's going to be a great game? Yes. Do I think it's going to be perfect, no flaws whatsoever? No. It's a game. It's a game. It has limitations, flaws. This world, this entire reality of a world that we live in is limited. We're based on nothing in this world is perfect. Nothing. You know, so what I'm saying is humans aren't perfect. So our creations will not be perfect. They won't. We may get pretty close, or we can get up there, but we're never gonna get there. You know. So all these people saying, "Oh, the game will the game be perfect? Are we holding our expectations too high?" I will say this though, I don't think we're holding too high, but I think we're looking at it the wrong way. I think people are looking at it to be perfect. Don't look at it to be a perfect game. Look at it to be a great game. I think that's the key, and that's for any game like Arkham Origins. Arkham Origins. Do I think it's gonna be a perfect game? I love Batman, but I'm not stupid. I am not gonna hold it to say, oh, the game is gonna be perfectly flawless. Because you're always gonna be disappointed. No, I do think it's gonna be a great game. I think Assassin's Creed 4 will be at least a pretty good game, if not a great game. I think Watch Dogs will be a really good game, if not a great game. But I know GTA 5 is gonna be a great game. I'm 95% positive it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be something. So you know, GTA 5 is going to be fine, and all these controversy that people are having over, shut up. It's going to be fine. Okay, they hired real gangsters. Okay, in my opinion, that makes them more real. I say do that for more games. In more games. Like if you have a game where I don't know, whether like biker gangs or something, hire real bikers. Have them read the script. And it's like, will we say this shit? You know, um, and this brings me back to like Saints Row, how the TA, I think it was Volition, like they were like the producer was criticizing. I said this in my earlier videos. They were criticizing THQ for using porn stars, because they were helping market the game. But my thing of it is, back in the old days, Saints Row was a parody of GTA 4, and it was emphasizing drugs, sex, and money and violence. But it was just to an extreme, to a hype, to to a parody. So, but when it comes down to like sexual humor, who knows that better than someone who's in the business of sex? I mean, I'm sorry. I understand you're like, oh, why are they in the, on the board, and why do they get to make decisions? Well, because, no offense, but it's marketing. It attracts people. That's why people like the game so much. It's because it just attracts. Everything, from the sexual humor to the blow up dolls to the, to the DLC. You could say, oh, we don't want that type of stuff in our game. It's Saints Row. That's what attracts people. I've said this in my other videos. Why do you think that in every game where there's like a female lead, why are all females in games incredibly attractive? Why do you think every chick in Mortal Kombat has like double D boobs and like the ass of fucking I don't know, somebody, and I don't, it's because it attracts people. That's why it is attraction. That's what it is. So back to my point against GTA, they bring these people in because they know what's best. If they are the ones who can make the dialogue the best, and I like that idea, So I think GTA 5 is gonna be fine. And I am glad to see that Xbox is finally getting some good news. I mean, for once, there's been at least a week or so, where we've had some good news from Microsoft, and this is good. This is really good. So, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys glad of this new news from Microsoft? As far as Xbox, and they're going to support it. How do you guys feel about the Xbox One apparently being rushed? Basically, where do you stand on, to sum it all up, where do you stand on Xbox and One in general now, versus where you stood so long ago? I mean, are you still the same? Do you still hate it? Do you still love it? Because I know there are still Xbox lovers out there, or are you like me, where you're not in love with the console, but you're warmer to it than you used to be, and that's where I am. I'm kind of in the middle, where I'm not quite there, like, I really want this console, but I'm like, okay, I can accept this console now, but I'm still getting a PS4 first. So yeah, I'll see you guys on both consoles eventually. So rate, comment, favorite, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Really, and I'll see you guys later. Curtain 6693 out.